All right, hey, Jeff here back again. So I wanted to show some of the things that I got in recently in the past few days that are just regular orders. I recently did the video for Record Store Day. That's why I look the same. So this is the other stuff that came in and was not related to Record Store Day. All right, so this came out, and since I've been on a Trouble kick recently, this is Trouble's new first album, Psalm 9. Now, when I went into a couple of videos ago, I showed where I picked up Plastic Greenhead and Distortion Fields, and I was talking about how I still needed the first album, and then I had already noted that in 2020, a label started reissuing the first couple albums from the Netherlands, Hammer Heart. Hammer Heart Records out of the Netherlands are starting to put them out. So there's hopes now that the middle time, because you have the first few Trouble albums that came out, and they've been reissued on vinyl, and I missed out on the first one. I have the second one. Anyway, I missed out on the first album. I have the second, I have the third, and then the fourth album and beyond that are kind of hard to find. The fourth and fifth, I guess. And then so the ones I picked up the other day were some of the later ones. So I want to get this. This is a new reissue of the first album. So I'm glad to have this. And now I have the first handful of few albums. It is on, it came in a lot of different colors. I got the gray. I guess there were about 500 of these released. Yeah, 500 on gray, and then there was like 100 on white, and 100 on this, and 200 on that. So anyway, I'm just glad to have it. It was a good price. I found it online on eBay, and I was able to grab it. So I got that in. What I got in, this came in just the other day, and this is one of the limited run vinyl releases that keep popping up in my collection periodically. This one is from Roxx Records. This is Jesus Freaks Socially Unacceptable. It was the first EP by this thrash band called Jesus Freaks. As you know, yeah, they're a Christian thrash band. This was one of the, back when thrash was a really big thing, and these guys were really good, and they released this, and then they released a second album. I like this one a lot better, so I was glad to see this on vinyl. I'm hoping the second one does come out on vinyl. This came out, was glad to get this. It is actually, some of the limited run are on crazy colors. This is strictly black. Comes with the insert, lyrics, and then pictures of the band. And it is on 45 RPM because it is an EP. There's like 6 songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs, and so yeah, it sounds really great on vinyl now. So anyway, that came in this week. Now, also from Roxx, this was cool because I've been a fan of this band since they came out in like 2007. They've only released 3 albums. When I got back into vinyl, I've kind of had my eye on maybe buying their vinyl, but it's an import label, and then you got to pay prices, and it always seems like they hover in the $40 range, and then you got shipping, and if you buy them from overseas, blah blah blah. It's something that was like on my list, but not high on my list because cost was not really in the realm. But I noticed all of a sudden Roxx Records, who have a second label that carries stuff that's not put out by them, a second store, these popped up in the store. Not only did they pop up in the store, so now you're getting them domestically, which is nice. I compared the prices with like Amazon, and they were cheaper than Amazon. On top of that, there's only 100 of like each one of these, or 150 or so. Each one is pressed very limited, period, in the world. And it's versions on black and versions on color, and he had all 3 of the color variants. Each one color, each one, well, and one of them, I think, 2 of them in black, but I was like, and the prices were the same, and the prices were decent, and the shipping, of course, is U.S., so I jumped on them. I couldn't say no. Anyway, the band I'm talking about is a band you may or may not be familiar with called Darkwater is the band. I don't know, it's kind of glossy, you're not going to be able to, wow, there's too much glare. These are high gloss covers. And if I put it right around there, yeah, Darkwater. Picture of the band. They are, if you're not familiar with them, they're kind of tough to describe. They have elements of a progginess to them. I think at times on some of the lighter songs, they really remind me, not lighter, but on some of their songs, they really remind me of the lighter side of like Dream Theater. But they've also got kind of a power metal feel at times, only, well, that Euro metal feel, because they are from overseas. And they are on Alterium Records, which is the same label that has so many great bands. Really, Alterium Records puts out melodic metal, melodic hard rock, the same kind of Euro metal type stuff that I'm confident in buying almost any band on their label, because I know musically they're going to be in my sweet spot. They're the same label that has like Theocracy and Diviner, and I'm trying to think of the ones I buy have bought a lot of stuff by them over the year. So Darkwater is one of the ones. Picked up on them. I think their first album was like in 2007, and this is a 2020 vinyl reissue. So anyway, I was glad to find all three of their albums. That's their first. This is their second. Where Stories End. Let's see if I can get some glare off of there. And then their most recent one is called Human. Now this one Rox had on his website a long time ago, and I've had it on my wish list because it was a good price. I think it was like $30, and it's the version that's on clear. But I never jumped on it, and so when he added these other two for not too much of a different price more, and they were colored also, I jumped on it. All of them are double. All of them are gatefold. Well, this is the, well, wait a minute. This is the other one. This one is kind of a, swirl. Man, that window is in the wrong spot. I love the swirls. It's this one. I think this is the first album. I think this is the one that's just really a pretty color. It's kind of a blue and marble. Ocean Dusk. Anyway, if you don't know about Darkwater and you're into melodic hard rock, keyboards, cool guitars, symphonic effect at times, melodic vocals, check them out. Check them out. If you like some of the not so crazy, not so heavier side of Dream Theater, but you like that, proggy type element, there's some of that. I wouldn't say they're all out prog like Yes or Genesis, any of that stuff. They're not that kind of really stuff. They're kind of the lighter side with some time changes and cool riffs and stuff. So anyway, if you haven't heard of them, check them out. And it's, like I say, if you're looking for the vinyl, go to roxrecords.com and check it out because they've got some left, I believe. And anyway, it's that was all. That was stuff that came in, and that was great. Great to get all three of those at one fell swoop and have those come in this week. So thanks a lot. I am done for this one. Rock on.